We're not.
Oh, that was fast.
We're live.
Hello.
Hello.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah, Happy New Year. We are here at the workshop, Auckland.
Yeah, our
Kayla.
second home.
Brian.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
We are the co-founders of Conscious Action, and we're heading into our first full year, which is really exciting. And we wanted to pop on to share a few important things with you. First being hello. And Happy New Year.
Hello, Happy New Year. Yeah, we wanted to talk a little bit about what Conscious Action is all about, how it came to be. Basically, Kayla and I...
so nice to say hello because, hello, Oksana.
Hi, Oksana. we got together last year after having worked together for a coffee. I started thinking about what could we do. It ended up being that we went to this amazing event that had this documentary that was Plastic Ocean. If you haven't watched it, I really recommend it. And we thought after the documentary, like, there's much more that could have happened. Like, it was nice gathering, but there wasn't really much of a connection and a call to action after watching the documentary. So we were like, we need to do more. Like, there was this need to do more that started creating what now is Conscious Action in a sense.
Yeah, and we didn't necessarily feel particularly aligned to one small subject, so we decided that the defining point for Conscious Action would be that it's aimed at individuals who want to take action, and that our event subjects could be from a variety of different things. So we've explored a few which you can check out on the website, but this year we're really excited to announce that we're going to be aligning each event this year to one or more of the Sustainable Development Goals, which are known as the SDGs. They're set by the United Nations. The goals are, they act as a framework for governments around the world to put in place practices and, put in place policy and actions that contribute to a world without poverty, without inequality, and tackling climate change.
Yeah, and we thought that it was a really good framework to align ourselves with. It doesn't mean that we think exactly the same in every policy or in every issue or in every goal that is described, but thought that because they are really important topics and they can be actually talked about or engaged in different perspectives, there's a lot that we could do there. That's what we are going to do this year in 2018. And it's really important because the entire idea of this is that is someone taking action. In the SDGs is a lot about perhaps government and big organizations and companies and leaders, and what we want to do with Conscious Action is taking that also to our individual life. This is what we are all about. We are about encouraging and inspiring the individuals to make those little changes that at the end of the day create this ripple of a lot of changes and actually create a big change. So we are trying to put this all together. Yeah, and
technically the responsibility of the SDGs does lie with, as Brian said, the governments and the leaders, but as we all know, the more aligned we can be in our intentions, the more energy we can kind of direct in that way. So by aligning all of our event guests or people to the same goals as the governments of the world and the United Nations as an organisation, we think that we can direct more energy to these incredible topics. So that is the first thing.
And just to like remind a little bit of what Conscious Action is, like, we are all about what we call the 4 Cs. So connecting, collaborating, celebrating, and doing all of that with compassion. And that is one of the very important aspects that I think that we all need to be reminded all of the time when we are, especially when we start shifting or having a better understanding and more awareness of what's going on. A lot of times we don't realize or we don't have compassion for those which are not there yet. So understanding that for any interaction that we have, any times that we are perhaps educating someone and not really trying to attack because the other person might not know or might have not made that click of why something is important. So as much as we can connect as a community and as individuals and collaborate in everything that we do and doing it all from a place of the heart, from that place of compassion from one another, we are going to create a huge change.
Yeah, totally. And the first opportunity that we all have to do that through Conscious Action is our first event this year, which is happening on the 21st of Feb. It's we did plan it last year, but we had to postpone due to a unfortunate death in our community. But it is going to, so it's back on. It's called The Magic of Connection. And we are so excited about it because it's a new year, it's a new opportunity for us to connect to ourselves, to those around us. And in this event also we'll be looking at how we can connect to places in our lives.
Yeah. And it's going to be quite an interesting event. We have 2 very special guest speakers, Cameron Chokapua, that she's the co-founder of You Being You. She's a Chinese medicine practitioner, acupuncturist, and also Caralia Grant, that she's the founder of the Yoga Lunchbox. So both of them are going to join us, and we're going to do a little bit more of a workshop style event with meditations and some different practices that are going to help us to do that, to connect in all of these different ways. And one of the things is that we wanted to encourage you, if you're listening to this, wherever you are on your path or journey of connection to yourself and to others, we really encourage you to perhaps bring a person that you think that might not be there yet and needs it. A lot of times we don't know where the others are, and for example, like if I want to connect with Kayla, I might happen to be on my journey quite well connected and understanding of relationship, but perhaps the other is not. So trying to bring everyone and raise everything it's going to be really special.
Yeah, totally. That thing of connection is so important in the world at the moment. We've got, millions of ways we can connect technically through events and in communities, but what we're finding, and I'm sure you're finding and the whole world is finding, is that we feel more disconnected than ever. So we want to try and change that in our own community in February at the Magic of Connection event. And as Brian said, we want you to know that you can come as an individual to learn more about connection and how to cultivate that in your own life, but also just helping to pick up some tools and practices that you can then use to positively influence someone else's life. We have a huge problem with mental health in New Zealand, and this event will just give you maybe a different perspective or a new perspective on ways to connect. So yeah, we really would love you to come along. We've got incredible guests. Brian and I will also be sharing our own knowledge on this one. So we're really excited to kick the year off with it.
Yeah, and also for what's coming, I think that not only for us, but talking with a lot of people, we're seeing this year, there's something special about this year. Something that is making this shift of paradigm happen, a shift of consciousness, and people stepping up. As part of that, I think that we are doing that, And we, both as individuals and as Conscious Action, we are bringing about a lot of things to happen this year. So we look forward both to share everything that is happening, that we're going to be ready, perhaps by the time of this event, we're going to be ready to share everything. But also we really want to collaborate with you. Something that you're thinking and perhaps you're not really clear, or perhaps you have some amazing ideas and we can do something together. Contact us. Like, we really want to collaborate. We want to do things together with everyone that is trying to make a difference. So just send us an email, hit us up on Instagram or Facebook, or whatever channel you're using.
Yeah, we want, just reiterating that we are a community, and the events that we're running are a way of us to reach out and build the community. That's what we can do, but we can all grow and all turn into a bigger mass together if we have everybody kind of linking. So yeah, whether your idea is tiny, whether it's a product, whether it's another event, whatever it is, if it's aligned to doing good things in 2018, then we'd love to hear from you. Yeah. So that is all from us. Hi and bye, and we'll hopefully see you on the 21st of Feb.
Yes, awesome.
Bye.